What's up guys, Burden here from medicgaming.com, and today I'm going to give you a quick guide through the weapons facility dungeon that just came out with the patch today. Now I'm going to try to cut out as much as possible. There is a lot of killing trash mobs, so we will talk about the trash mobs and kind of how you should prioritize killing those trash mobs, but I'm just going to try to cover the bosses and a few little hints and tricks here and there. There are a couple hidden things. There are some hidden ore, like ore, Calcum ore at the beginning here where you have to go around to find it, and there are some hidden pages that you can turn in for karma later on. Now when you get into this room down the hallway, there is an orichalcum ore vein in here, but what you'll notice is it's upstairs and you can't get it from this room, so you can't get the mithril ore here. And make sure you're getting the mithril veins because they are dropping new materials, new crafting materials for this patch that they released. So when you get to the end of the tunnel, you're gonna fight these cave trolls, champion, and I think three other cave trolls. So when you get out here, you turn to the right, and then as you're going down here, you're gonna be able to see an opening that will come up. Let's see. Okay, right here. You're gonna be able to jump up these rocks. You can see that opening up there. So you just jump up these rocks and then you can go up that opening. You'll have to fight off some spiders, and after you fight off the spiders you can get the orichalcum ore, which is also dropping some of the new materials for this patch, which you'll see I'll get. So make sure you're getting these veins in the beginning. They are mineable every 24 hours, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so when we come up to the first boss, it's not really a boss, it's more of an event. You're trying to survive some of these weapon tests while trying to kill the core, the thermal core. So the first test that he's going to do is just tons of fireballs all over the place. They are marked by red circles. At first you're going to think it's pretty easy, but they do start stacking up a little bit. He kind of just starts throwing it all over the place, and you're going to run out of, unless you have a good source of vigor or something, you're going to run out of endurance to keep dodging. So you are going to have to eat up some damage. So when that's over, the thermal core is going to pop up. Now don't mind the dredge or anything that's around here. Just, dodge like that when they put that down, or stay out of the little things they put on the ground. But try to avoid those guys, and what you want to do is you want to be zerging down this thermal core as fast as you can. And this is going to happen 3 or 4 times. So after he's done using the weapon test, the thermal core is going to come up and you're going to have to kill the thermal core. So remember, just focus on the thermal core and not the enemies around. Now the second test is these little, I don't know exactly what you would call them, but they slam into the ground. They're in 4 corners and they do these little shockwaves. You can jump over them, which actually I didn't know at the time. So if you are good enough, if you have the coordination enough, you can jump over these little shockwaves and avoid the damage. So after he's done with that, the thermal core is going to come back up, and now you can see the thermal core is taking 0 damage. Now this is because there's a protector nearby, so we need to get this protector out of here so we can start damaging the thermal core. So if someone knocks him back, and now the thermal core, we can start damaging this thermal core. So if a protector does come by the thermal core, make sure you have somebody with CC or a knockback or a launch that can get somebody, the protector especially, away from here. Now for this one, this is, actually I didn't see where they're coming from at the beginning, but this is like little fire pillars that are gonna start up, and then they're gonna launch towards you. Little fire tornadoes. They can start at any corner or any wall, so make sure you're looking around. This part's pretty easy. They're gonna start becoming more and more. There aren't gonna be as many spaces in between. It gets a little harder to dodge after that. Like this one, it looks like I took a hit right there. So after that one, the thermal core is gonna pop up again, and now he's gonna start doing, the event's gonna start doing all 3 weapons at the same time. Now basically it's just a DPS race. All you have to do is start DPSing the core down. Don't try to dodge. I mean, if you can dodge the weapons, but pretty much you just want to start DPSing the thermal core down as fast as you can, and you should be good after that. Okay, so I want to talk about some of these trash mobs. Now, this is the Molten Shaman, and he does a lot of AoE damage on the ground. So I was prioritizing this guy over everyone. So if I were you, I felt that he did the most damage. You can see those little circles on the ground that burn people. So that really hurts. So I decided to prioritize him in my group. Now you also have the brawler, which does pretty high melee damage. So it's good to keep him crowd controlled if you can, keep him stunned or any sort of crowd control that you can put on him. Now this one is the protector. We're attacking the X-Beam, but the other guy's the protector. You can see he put down the little circle of fire, or little circle of fire. What that does is it gives protection to any of his allies standing in it. So if you have a protector or you have some of his allies standing in that fire, you're not going to be able to do damage to them. So you're going to have to knock them out of that circle. So make sure people are paying attention and they know to use their CCs against people standing in that fire. Now the next one will be a gunner. This guy does pretty good damage. He also has a crowd control when he does his little fire tornado shot. It is a knockdown as well. And when he knocks you down, he'll usually jump towards you and then do some more damage as well as kind of a finisher. So make sure. Usually I prioritize those guys after the shaman and brawler because they can be quite annoying. Just make sure you're dodging what they're shooting, and then you'll be okay. Alright guys, so here is the boss. There are actually two of them. There is a Molten Firestorm and a Molten Berserker. Now what happens is when you are fighting one, if you take off 25% of one's health, the other one becomes much stronger. They gain 50 stacks of what I think is called Enraged, where they're doing a lot more damage, and it's actually taken off if you hit them. But what we did, and we didn't really have too many problems with it. This is our first time through this, so we didn't really know what to expect. But we started with the Firestorm because he looked more threatening at the beginning. So we started killing the Firestorm. He jumps up in the air using the jetpack, which is actually a lootable item in the chest. And he shoots fire AoEs everywhere. So we focused on that guy, while the Berserker, when he ran around, whenever he aggroed onto somebody, we had whoever he was attacking, we had that person kiting him around because he does a lot of melee damage. So we just fired on the Firestorm, and if the person had aggro on the Berserker, we had them kiting the Berserker around. So when you kill one of these guys, we'll kill the Firestorm. Now the Berserker actually gains new abilities. He gains some of the Firestorm's abilities as well, but it's a little different. So he does get like a jetpack, so he can jump in the air. He throws these rocks down on the ground, little AoEs, which will knock you down, and it does a decent amount of damage. The few things you really need to watch out on this guy is he does big rings. One especially is like a big fire ring, which he's about to do right now. You'll see he puts the fire field down. All you really have to do is run farther away from it, run to the other side of the platform. It dissipates and can't hit you. But even if you don't do that, it's extremely dodgeable, and you can even jump over it. So some people suggest killing the Berserker before the Firestorm guy, but really I had absolutely no problems killing the Firestorm guy before the Berserker. And this was our first time through it. So there's one of them. I did jump, but I got hit. He did 3 times, I got hit twice. You are supposed to jump kind of early. It does take a second to kind of get the timing down. But once you do, this boss becomes easy. He's going to do the Firestorm, the Fire Wave here again, so you just kind of run away. And you can see the farther it gets, actually just dodge that time, but the farther it gets, it'll dissipate and it can't hit you. It doesn't cover the whole platform. Like I said, it's easily dodgeable. You can just dodge right through it. Alright guys, this has been Burnin from EditGaming.com, and thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. If you're having troubles in the Weapon Facility Dungeon, remember to check out our other guides. We have a guide with this 3 hidden pages on the dead bodies and where you can turn them in afterwards for some karma reward. Thanks for watching guys. Make sure to subscribe and share with your friends.